Racist Christians, I've been searching for you. Racist Christians, I've been searching for you. Racist Christians, I've been searching for
Yo, racist Christians, I am searching for you. Boy, guys, that is a subject in itself. Like, you know, guys, like, I'm like, boy, how can I not even top that, man, talk about that, you know, because, you know, we're here to be PC. We're here to be, you know, definitely like cool people, you know, and I do want to say that, you know, for myself, you know, we talk about being extra, and I think being extra as Christians, and sorry for my little arrangement with my headphones, and just being fast because I'm trying to listen to what's going on the other side of the deck and the other side of the deck. Not like I'm a DJ, but, you know, just want that flexibility, just in case anyone's watching it and seeing these two wonky looking headphones anyway. So yeah, but DJs, you know what I go on anyway, so I'm just being lazy. But anyway, right, so racist Christians, you know, and I think that, you know, this is not something that's out to everybody who's a Christian, you know, every white Christian, or, you know, which people may perceive it to be, or maybe think it's a bit too offensive, a bit too brazen. I said that, you know, even over the past couple of weeks, that what has been happening in darkness needs to come to light. I think the world is dealing with its darkness. When I say the world, outside the church, in corporations, they're asking the questions why we don't see no black people up in here, even though we have a strong black workforce. You know, talking about one of the biggest workforces, we don't see any black football managers, but yet but they have a lot of black in the workforce. Is that by chance, or is there something going on there? But that's a whole nother subject in itself in terms of football. But 100%, it all leads to one thing for me, and that is systemic racism. You know what I'm saying? And the racist Christian is, for me, you know, it's about, he says a bar about, you know, I mean, D1, he says a bar which is so true, you know, silence equals violence. Oh, the bar just came through there anyway. But anyway, so for me, it's just like, you know, that's a very telling thing. And this is what my thing is right now, when I encourage all Christians who are not black, who see the black plight when they leave outside the church, not inside church, but outside church. We are struggling. We've been beneath class, we've been in the bottom class for so long. And if you're just gonna say, you know, I love you, brother, and you're all the best as we go through the film, you face your fight, we come back and we preach out, it's not good enough. You know, it's about time we all stand up and stand up for what's right. How you do that, it's up to you. But it's about now time for us to go, you know what, this is unacceptable. This is where we are. And I think that being extra when it comes to this lives of, and people say Black Lives Matter, you know, I mean, 100%, and I believe, and it's not because anybody else's life doesn't matter. It's just that for too long we've been at the bottom of the pile, and we've always had to be 2-3 times better. You know what I mean? It's the acceptable norm for us to be. And if you know we don't, this is the reality show, it is. You know, percentages in prison, percentages with mental health, percentages how we dealt with in mental health issues, you know, with more likeliness of going to prison for less offences. This is all reality for us as black men in the UK. And if the church is prepared to be happy for Roger, or especially who I care about, my 2 sons, to go out there and more likely get imprisoned just because of their colour, if they feel like that's something not to say anything about, I would have to challenge that. And vice versa, you know, it does happen in the black churches. They do almost have an acceptable tolerance towards social injustice, because it's not our business to deal with social injustice. We just deal with religious elements, and it's talking to the black church. You know, it's something which we want to jump on board of racism when it's fashion, and when it's not fashionable, we drop it and focus on faithful religious stuff, and which is great. But the reality show is that for the community that we're in, and I took it from I'm a young Caribbean. No, I'm not young anymore, but you know what I mean. I'm a guy who grew up in the Caribbean community in Birmingham, UK. Something that's real is that basically we have not dealt with social injustice the right way, and anyone who does is an outcast. And yes, I said it. Yeah, they are outcasted. So you're not focusing on the real matter, which is heaven. And you know, we need to change. We need to be more politically correct and current. We need to be more economically correct and current as well. You know, because we've lost generations because of ignorance, and it's time to stop. You know, I spoke to somebody of a generation, and they spoke to me today and said they felt sorry because they felt like their generation has kind of made it harder for my generation as a black person. And I feel that, you know, and you know, I'm gonna say, yeah, I know, but that's something I've been crying out for, is that, you know what, guys, we think about what we can gain today and not realize that, you know what, still, yeah, death is real. Legacy is something that we need to carry on. We need to learn to sow. Christ gave the blueprint for that, and that's to sow into people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at, man. You know what I'm saying, guys? You know, if you're thinking about, you know, that's, I have to come from a Christian perspective because that's my faith background, but I'm not going to shirk out the responsibility I have to take care of the fatherless in my community. And this is why I do what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? It's tiring, it's hard work, you know. Big up to everyone, big up, enough love to my wife, and he's been patient over the years and whatsoever. And you know, my boys are coming up now, and I look at them and thinking, I do not want this for my sons. You know what I mean? The negativity in this community, in this society, and them being fearful for their lives just because of their colour. When to be fearful, when they get caught, they get for doing wrong, they get dealt with. You know what I mean? But not unfairly. You know, that's all we're crying out for, and we're just saying for Christians to of all colours to back us in the struggle against and the lifting up, not lifting up, exposing of racism, not only in the church but also, man, you know, outside the church, but in the church as well. You know, and that's a whole different subject in itself. But you know, this is where I'm at anyway. But if you're thinking that I'm wrong or whatever, just hit me up and shout me out. But this is where I'm at, guys. You know, and to be extra is, for me right now, is to be able to, in a politically correct way, have the platform to be truthful about how I feel about what's going on now. Not feeling like pastor's gonna sack me on Sunday because he's not gonna let me to leave worship because I'm saying how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Not only how I feel is how I feel, and I believe that the community feels, a generation feels in this season right now. This is Roger, man. This is Roger, over and out. I can carry on all day about this subject. We're halfway through the show today, live show. We just did a track called Racist Christians. I could have just called my boy Wisdom, but he's busy right now. He's got some big time thing about, because I know Wisdom will be here. We will be chopping. I've been tempted to send this track to him, but we'll be chopping this up. We'll be spending about 2-3 days on this track, you know what I'm saying, about racist Christians. Like, boy, you know. But you know what? What we need to do, guys, is murder the flesh. And the young boy just got engaged the other day. His name, the man himself, Freedom. Enough love, bro. Enough love. Keep up with what you're doing. This is how he does it, man. It's called Freedom, Murder the Flesh, Part 2.
Fork and knife gang.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Right, the bar's ready.
I pick up the Bible, use as a rifle, straight head top to my rival, bam. Don't know if it's a head top, but I hit